shadow of a burnt down church, under the eye of a silver moon. Whiskey whispers through the ghost town dirt, where love and vengeance met their doom. Dusty bottles tell the tales of forbidden loves and bitter trails. Each sip a story, each glass a grave, in the land where the lost souls crave. Midnight in the whiskey, on cursed lands I roam, haunted by the echoes of what used to be my home. The wind cries out for justice through streets forever cold. Midnight in the whiskey, where the truth is seldom told. There's a train that wails like a lover's scorn, through silent deserts where dreams turn to thorns. She left with a secret in the dead of night, her silhouette fading by the lantern's light. Caught twixt the bottle and the blaze, a heart once pure now lost in haze. Promises crumbled into dust in this town of the damned and unjust. Midnight in the whiskey, with shadows as my guide, searching for redemption on this ghostly midnight ride. The past claws at my spirit, refusing to let hold. Midnight in the whiskey, where the nights are long and cold. Then at the stroke of midnight, by the old graveyard side, I saw her face in the moonlight, where secrets can't hide. She whispered of sorrow, of the love we once sowed in her eyes, the fires of vengeance in that silent cursed abode. Midnight in the whiskey, where the lost are found, beneath the stars of sorrow on this haunted hallowed ground. The church bell rings for no man, but tonight it tolls for thee. Midnight in the whiskey sets the darkest spirits free. Out where the horizon bleeds into the night, the wind whispers secrets in a ghost town tight. Whiskey bottles clink in the grip of the forgotten dust. Storms dance with the memories of the rotten, under moon's pale watch and a coyote's remote joke. Lies a silent grave wrapped deep in veils of smoke. Here stands a man with vengeance cold in his stare, echoes of a church bell dying in the arid air. This cursed land holds tales of a love that broke, silent grave, silent grave and smoke. Whistle moans through haunted plains, over tracks soaked with old dark stains. He loved her wild, her betrayal cut deep, left him
him a shadow where lost spirits weep. Burned their church where they once vowed. Now he walks a path by revenge avowed. Here stands a man with vengeance cold in his stare. Echoes of a church bell dying in the eerie air. This cursed land holds tales of a love that broke. Silent grave, silent grave and smoke by the light of a fire where his anger spoke. He sees her face in the curling smoke. Forgiveness a burden he couldn't afford. His heart attuned, each beat a discord. Here lies a man with sorrows old and gray, under stars that whisper to the brave. A life spent chasing what the dark winds woke. Silent grave, silent love, eternal smoke.
In the shadow of the mesa where the sun bled out its fire, whiskey bottles and dust storms paint the ghost of my desire. A train whistle moans through crumbling stones in a town too dead to die, where my heart lies buried under western skies. Oh, sing me that ghost town ballad of a love that's burned to ash, with every chord strummed under a moon so bright. Betrayals breeze through the chapel's charred remains. Dance with the devils among swept plains. She was a wild desert rose with thorns I did not see, her whisper like a serpent beneath the old oak tree. Her lies were a masked ball, her truth the first to fall. In the night where the coyotes call still haunts my every dream. Oh, play me that ghost town ballad where the shadows know my name. Oh, ghost waltz in the dust of blame. A heart left hanging on a gallows tight and tall. Echoes of our laughter through the forsaken hall. By the churchyard I faced my fearsome foe. His gun was quick but my revenge it was slow. In the silence of the gunfire lay the truth I came to know. She's gone like the dust that I now sow. So sing for me softly that ghost town requiem where love's a forgotten hymn and nights condemned. Here in this desolation I claim my cursed crown, a king of a barren kingdom in a ghost town gown. So let the wind sing and the lonely church bell toll, a ballad for the broken in the desert soul. sky in the town of nowhere's grace stood a chapel of wood with sorrow lined its face. A locket rusted on the preacher's chest, whispers in the dust. Betrayal's tale forged in flames, a love turned to rust. Shadows fall over the rusted locket, heavy lies the heart. Echoes of a love lost, tearing old wounds apart. In the silence of the ghost town, under the desert's moon, lies a tale of a cursed soul, singing a forsaken tune. They say he loved her more than the desert loved the rain, but she vanished like smoke on that old midnight train. He searched through cursed lands, his spirit set afire, finding naught but her locket by the chapel's burned spire. Shadows stretched from the rusted locket, darkening his fate. Whiskey whispers, son, it's your love turned to hate. In the quiet of the night, through the cold desert gloom, he mourns the ghost of a girl and his heart's endless gloom. Forgotten graves, he heard the train whistle cry. Stood a figure in the mist with vengeance in her eye. You took everything he said, his voice a broken plea. I only took what was owed, for you never belonged to me. Now shadows dance on the rusted locket under the moon's glow, a tale of revenge fulfilled where the wild winds blow. In the dust of the silent desert where secrets refuse to die, he lays down by the burning church, never again to rise. In the shadow of the holler, where the cold wind moans, stands a church, scorched and empty, in a field of weathered bones. Dust devils dance on broken glass, whiskey whispers on my breath, the echoes of a prayer lost in flames, a sermon preached on death. Burning embers, scarlet sky, memories, fury untamed. The cross stands black against the fire as the devil calls my name. Hell's own choir sings in the wind, the past won't let me be. A haunted man with a cursed land as far as eyes can see. Ghost town secrets buried deep beneath the chapel floor, love letters and a locket, a vow lost in the war. A preacher man once took my heart, then took everything I had. In the ashes of that holy place lies the good turned bad. Smoldering ruins, midnight's cry, shadows lengthen fate. A crucifix once golden, now a charred and bitter blade. Voices haunt the desert's edge where my sins freely roam. Church bells chime no more for me, this land's my final home. Underneath the silver moon, the truth hard and raw, I face the man in black and rose, his word the final law. Gunsmoke twirl like spirits lost, his final breath a sigh, a whispered curse upon the winds neath the endless starlit sky. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, fire cleanses sin. I walk along the endless road where grief and guilt
verse, chorus, and bridge in this dark, acoustic outlaw ballad paints a picture of desolation and redemption, wrapped in the haunting atmosphere of a ghostly western landscape.
In the shadow of the gallows, where the cold wind moans, lies a tale of a man, buried bones beneath stones, whiskey bottle in his hand, and a heart turned to rust, haunted by the memories in the desert dust. Beneath the dusty boots lies a story untold of love lost and betrayal in the days of old, where the sun bleeds red on the cursed land, echoes of a gun held in a trembling hand. He rode through silent towns with a ghost by his side, chasing whispers of a love that long ago died. In the churchyard at midnight, where the dead trees weep, he swore an oath over her grave, a promise he'd keep. Beneath the dusty boots lies a story untold of love lost and betrayal in the days of old. Through dust storms and sorrow past the devil's gate, he rides seeking vengeance fueled by love and hate. Under the pale moonlight he faced the traitor's eyes, a brother in blood, now an enemy in disguise. Two shots rang out like a train whistle's cry. One man stood, one man laid, ready to die. Beneath the dusty boots, a tale of revenge unfolds in the heart of the desert, where the night is cold. A gunfighter's legacy carved in the sand, leaving nothing but footprints and a shaking hand. So if you wander through this ghostly land, beware the story of the boots you may unwillingly share. Each step uncovers what many have found, a life of shadows beneath the ground. Out where the dust storms whisper, down in Dead Man's Cove, the church bells rang their last beneath the crimson sky stove. Whiskey bottles lay empty by a grave no one knows, echoes of train whistles as the cold desert wind blows. Church fire and smoke, where my heart once spoke, buried in ashes under rose we broke. The sky wept flames on forsaken lands as vengeance slipped through my trembling hands. She was an angel turned shadow in the moon's haunting glow, promise promises made at the altar, now just embers that grow. Her love a ghost town abandoned in the silence of scorn, left me with nothing but the night and the thorns. Church fire and smoke, where my soul got choked, lost in the fury of the words we once spoke. Burning timbers told the tales of our plight under the cover of a merciless night. There in the blaze, I saw her face, haunting the aisles, a fleeting grace. The truth burned bright in the heart of the flame. Her betrayal, a curse I whisper in shame. Church fire and smoke, where our dreams did evoke, now just a memory of black and oak. In the ashes I lay my revenge to rest, forsaking the love that failed to test. In the silent desert under stars so remote, I walk alone with church fire and smoke. In the heart of a cursed desert town, under the eye of a blood-red moon, where the whispers of the wind sound like a mournful forgotten tune. The dust swirls around empty bottles, and the chapel bells no longer sound. The lone figure walks the shadows where his peace used to be found. Gone with the revenge, a heart turned stone. Beneath the burning skies he walks alone. Lost love's echo in a whiskey-soaked breath. He's a haunted soul, dancing with death. Once a lover, now silhouette against the backdrop of despair. He traded rings for a revolver after vows dissolved in there. The old train whistles a reminder of the night she slipped away with his best friend at the station in the early hours of day. Gone with the revenge, a heart turned stone. Beneath the burning skies he walks alone. Lost love's echo in a whiskey-soaked breath. He's a haunted soul, dancing with death. By the light of a fire in a burning church, he sees her shadows on the flame. With each crackle of the wood, hears the falter of his name. Truth strikes like a thunderclap, his hand tied on the gun. Revenge or mercy in this moment, but the choice can't be undone. Gone with the revenge, or let it go. In the silence of the desert, a new wind starts to blow. From cursed ground to the path of grace, an ever forgotten gravy, a lesson traced. Gone with the revenge, heart begins to mend. Underneath the starlit sky, may the ghosts finally end. silence left unsold. Riding through the outlaw, the shadows cloak the cursed land scar. Echoes of a train's lonesome cry underneath a forsaken sky. A town forgotten with a church aflame. Windows stare like empty eyes lost a name. Here stood she with a heart all misled, in the place where lovers' vows turned dead. Riding through the outlaw, each step a beat in a haunted march. The wind whispers through the graves, tales of souls no man can save. In the eye of a dust storm, visions swirl and fade. Face the ghost of my love beneath the gallows shade. Gun slung low, a dance of fate and fear. The words unspoken, the reckoning is here. Riding through the outlaw, land of lost love and broken parts. This trail ends where vengeance lay on a path of night. I ride away.
In the shadows where the whiskey rivers flow, under moonlight scorn, the church bells toll no more. Lonely roads stitched with forgotten names, through the dust storms roll, carrying my blame. Midnight in the church fire, glowing red as rage. Silent prayers turn to whispers in this cursed stage. Ashes fall like snowflakes on this barren land. All that's left is a gun still burning in my hand. There's a ghost town waiting where our love once bloomed. That old wooden cross, now scorched and consumed. Beneath the sky that mourns with stars that weep, lies the secret that the old church keeps. At midnight in the church fire, embers tell no lies, haunted by the specters of old sorrowful goodbyes. Echoes of the choir, trapped in flames embrace, a prayer for my darling, lost without a trace. By the altar I stand, with shadows at my side, face the man who swore she'd be his bride. 2 shots rang clear through the cold night air,
the church fire, where my vengeance bled. Laid him down beside his lies in the forgotten bed. And now I roam a phantom in the night's cold snare, a soul untethered, riding winds of despair. Each verse echoes the haunting sway of desert winds, carrying tales of old sins whispered by spirits still wandering the forsaken paths.
In a ghost town too lost for the sun to keep, a dusty bottle lays by a cursed land's gate, near the hanging tree where the dark winds wait. Echoes of train whistles over the plains, through the quiet remnants of forgotten pains, where the hanging tree waits so still, so grim. Underneath its boughs I sing this hymn for the souls of the lost, the betrayed, the gone. In the heart of the night their spirits drawn. A tale of a lover with eyes like stormy skies, her promises as hollow as her alibis. In the light of a burning church I found my dread, a whisper in the wind, better off dead. The starlit badge that led me astray to the land where the shadows swallow the day, where the hanging tree waits, its branches sway, calling out the tune of the stray. For justice, for vengeance, beneath the moon's glance, in its eerie silence the dead they dance. By the light of a dust storm I faced my foe. In the silence of the desert, the truths I now know. The bullet was swift, a flash in the night, by the hanging tree, ending the fight. Where the hanging tree waits with nooses old and frayed, I lay down my gun beneath its shade. For in the wild desert under vast starlit skies rest the tales of the old, where my heart lies.
In the town where shadows whisper under the devil's moon, boots stir the curse to dust to the old saloon's croon. A trail of whiskey bottles marks the path he rides, every step a story where sorrow abides. Echoes from the dusty boots, tales of guns and loot, in the silence of the ghost town, under the sky so brute. His heart a buried treasure in graves no cross could root. in this desolate pursuit. Years back, young and wild, love was his to claim. A beauty from the east, Lily was her name. Betrayed by a brother's hand for the gold in the vein, left her in the burning church with his soul in chains. Echoes from the dusty boots, cries of pain astute through the howling dust storms, past the hanging noose. His vows whispered to the winds, promises turned obtuse, riding through the cursed lands, a heart that won't truth. In the mirror of the night, by the train's lonesome whistle, he faced the ghost of what was, his resolve now brittle. A reckoning in the quiet, with the stars as his witness. Two shots in the darkness seal the betrayer's kiss. Echoes from the dusty boots, now slowly mute, in the town forever silent, justice absolute. His love an eternal echo through deserts so acute. A lone gunslinger's tale ends where lives once took root.
Out there where the train whistles cut through the night, dusty roads twist like the secrets they hide. I rode through a town where the church burned to ground. Every cross stood black neath the moon's mournful frown. Ashes of the last ride swirling in the wind, haunted by the echoes of the sins I can't rescind. Whiskey whispers softly, betrayal's bitter taste on the cursed trail of vengeance, gone without a trace. Dawn cracked like the bottle I threw against the wall, in the valley where shadows and old lovers call. I found her locket near the forgotten graves, underneath the willow that wept for our betrayals. Ashes of the last ride caught in a dust storm's cry, silent deserts witness under a vengeful sky. Whiskey numbing memories, love that could not last. On the cursed ground I wandered, haunted by the past. Face to face with the ghost in the mirror's cold stare, the gun in my hand weighed down by despair. Whispers in the wind, a reckoning to behold. In the silver light, my revenge bitter and cold. trails I roam. In this ghost town's heart I find no peace, no home. With each step forward I leave the past to burn in the ashes of the last ride. There's no return. So listen well to the tale of a man left to bend in the haunted silence where all journeys end, where dust settles over stories untold in the ashes of the last ride, forever cold. In the town where silence rules the streets so dire, I rode past shadows under a blood-red moon's fire. The old church bell told its chime a twisted choir as flames danced like devils on sacred spires higher. Riding through the church fire, the past screams louder, echoes of the love lost beneath the charred timber. Ghost town whispers stir the dust the night devours on this cursed ride. These haunted dreams I remember. The whiskey bottle empty, thrown beside the grave of the lover who betrayed, too gone to say. Whisper like a serpent lured into the cave in the heart of the desert. I was but a slave. Riding through the church fire, revenge burns with desire. The wind carries my fury across a wire. Ghost town's clock stopped ticking beneath the empire of stars, witnessing my soul caught in the mire. Her silhouette appears, flickering between the pews, feeding off my fears. But the flames reveal the truth, drying all my tears. She was just a ghost now, after all these years. Riding from the church fire into the cold dawn's ire, leaving behind the ruins where old love retired. This outlaw's heart finds peace as the flames expire. The silence of the desert, I forge my new empire.
In the shadow of the dust-blown chapel, where the whiskey stains the barren ground, lies a tale of an outlaw faded and frazzled in a ghost town where silence is the only sound. Train whistle moans through cursed lands afar, echoing the screams that never quite heal. Blood on his heart, locked under a vengeful star with a grip as cold as steel. Blood on the outlaw heart, riding through the storm, cursed from the start, where the forlorn forms in the dead of night, where shadows part. Only the moon knows the blood on the outlaw heart. Once loved a girl with fire in her eyes, in a time when his soul wasn't sold to the gun. Betrayal burned under sapphire skies. Now he's just a shadow, always on the run. A forgotten grave, a burning church, memories as harsh as the desert sands. Each step he takes, a painful lurch in this desolate, forsaken land. Blood on the outlaw heart, darkness at his side, haunted by the part where the last light died. In the silent desert he makes his art, painting his sorrow with blood on the outlaw heart. In the heart of night he hums a lonesome tune, the truth he seeks but never hopes to find. Blood on the outlaw heart, a tale of rage and scorn. On this cursed path he was reborn. In his final stand, as shadows dart, he embraces the dust. Blood on the outlaw heart, the echo of his deeds, a whisper in the dark, as the world forgets the blood on the outlaw. Shadow of a ghost town, where the silent deserts wait, whispers float on dust storm wind, secrets that they keep, a bottle lies half buried, a label worn and frayed, in a land where whiskey's fire once burned bright, now merely shade. Ashes of the whiskey on my breath and in my soul, tales of love and vengeance in a glass that's cracked and old. The wind moans a ballad of those lost and those betrayed. Ashes of the whiskey, where my deepest debts were paid. Beneath the scorned sky, the sun bleaches bones so white. I recall her laughter echoing through the lonesome night. The train whistle haunts me, a soundtrack to my strife. Her love was the dagger betrayal, cut like a knife. Ashes of the whiskey in the shadows of my heart, memories like ghost fires tearing old dreams apart. The moonlight bears witness to the sins I can't evade. Ashes of the whiskey cross is where prayers were prayed. In the burning church's glow, I faced the man I used to be. Stood trial in the flames' harsh court, the judge and the jury me. Found guilty in the silence, with no one else to blame. I watched our love turn to smoke and fed the fire with my shame. Ashes of the whiskey drift away like grains of sand. Revenge of bitter liquor I drank from a cursed hand. Every drop that passes through these lips dark and decayed, whispers of the whiskey and the price I've dearly paid. Ashes of the whiskey haunt me till my dying day.
Out where the dust rises, touching the crimson sky, tale unwinds in the shadows where the lost souls lie. Boots stir the curse and sands past the old decayed pews, dancing with desert wind cloaked in midnight hues. Dancing, oh dancing with whispers so thin, each step a story of betrayal woven deep within. The wind holds the secrets of hearts worn so thin, dancing forever, dancing with the desert wind. Beneath the ghost town's moon, a whisper on the train's lonesome wail, echoes of a love lost, a bride's forgotten veil. A whiskey bottle glimmers, catching the fading light, memories and regrets, keeping the cold night alive. Dancing, still dancing where the old love has been. Spirits in the silence of the lands that sin. The wind knows my sorrow to the gallows pin, dancing eternally, dancing with the desert wind. By the burning church I face my foe at last, shadows cast by fire, flickering with our past. Gunsmoke and redemption, the end it did begin. Silent were the stars as the wind swept in. Dancing, oh dancing with destiny's grin. Ghosts of vengeance stoke the fires within. The wind carries my burden across the cursed kin, dancing one last dance with the desert wind.
Crimson sun bleeds its light on a ghost town streets. A whiskey bottle rolling past the chapel's burned out shell.
Dust devils dance where laughter used to meet. Specters whisper secrets that the night won't tell. I'm just dancing with a hollow sky, where the stars don't dare to tread. Echoes of a lonesome lie-riddle cry across plains where the angels fear to wed. Once loved a girl with storm clouds in her eyes, in a town too cursed, where hope dared not to stay. She left with a train whistle's mournful sighs. Under a dust storm shroud, she stole my heart away. Dancing with a hollow sky, beneath the moon that hides its face in shame. Every whispered wind's a soul's goodbye to a land that forgot to remember its own name. At the crossroads by the forgotten graves, I face the devil wearing my lover's guise. A showdown with the shadows that she gave underneath the hollow, heartless skies. So I dance alone with the hollow sky. Revenge, a bitter trail from the lies she spun. This outlaw heart set to ride or die underneath the cursed eye of a vengeful sun. In the shadow of a ghost town, where the wind moans through the cracks, dusty bottles line the bar, a haunt of broken packs. Old lanterns flicker dimly, casting shadows, drawing sins. Here sits a man with empty eyes, where my dark tale begins. Oh, the whiskey tastes like fire, with the whispers of the damned. Each sip a story of lost love and lives like desert sand. The devil's brew, it calls you to drown in your regrets. A bottle full of ghostly cries and smoky silhouette. He once loved a maiden fair, with hair like golden wheat, but betrayal's knife came silently, left nothing but deceit. In the heat of silent deserts, under scorched and starless skies, he lost his heart, his soul, his love amid the coyote cries. Oh, the whiskey burns like vengeance in a throat worn raw with grief. Each gulp a chapter of the past, each pause a brief relief. The devil's drink, a bitter balm for hearts that can't forget. A tumbler full of burning churches and sunsets bleeding red. Across the bar, a mirror cracked reflects his hollow face. A reckoning in broken glass, the past he can't erase. With each reflection, truth reveals beneath the whiskey's curse. The man who stares back through the shards wrought better and for worse. So here's to the devil's whiskey, to the pain that it consoles. broken hearts might mend.
Out where the dust storm cloaked the dawn, near the old Churchwood's cross long gone, stands the remains of a charred wood frame where the whiskey whispers a forgotten name. Midnight train whistles mourn their tune for a love lost neath the blood red moon. Whoa. And the flames dance wild in haunted eyes in the burning barn under cursed star skies. The ghost of a heart that couldn't stay confined by the chains or the love or the hands of time. She rode in on the tail of a tempest wind, with tales of betrayal sketched under her skin. In the back of the bar, under low-slung lights, she plotted revenge on a cold, dark night. Two lovers entwined, then unraveled by fate, a vow carved in sorrow, sealed by hate. And the flames leapt high with her vengeful cries in the burning barn under storm-swept skies. Revenge, a bitter trail from the choices we choose on paths paved in blood and old hearts' dues. In the ash and the ember I found my peace, as the fire cleansed my soul, gave my spirit release. There in the glow her shadow did rise, a silhouette of remorse under smoldering sky. Forgiveness, a phantom in the smoke we embrace, while the past and the present in the flames interlace. So the barn burns down to the ground of sin, with our memories fading like the smoke in the wind. Now every night falls by the light